Okay, yeah, it's true, I'm back. All right, I've been seeing this guy. I think I shot a commercial with him first, and then we started seeing each other in the audition rooms. But here he is. I've been seeing this dude for 22 years. Get in here, Alan. Alan Heitz, everybody. Yay!
Hey.
How are you, friend?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Thanks for having me.
Will you tell them about our very first commercial, what happened in the commercial, please?
I think that was around 1998.
Yeah.
We booked a Nintendo Golf.
Sure.
Nintendo,
Wii-Lie, I think. Wii-Lie Golf.
Wii-Lie Golf.
Sure.
And basically we're young and we're playing video games, but we're playing this golf game, and you're married.
In the commercial?
In the commercial. And your wife is having a baby.
Well, she's pregnant.
She's very pregnant, and she's having the baby right there in the commercial. But we're just playing video games.
Right, and her water breaks and goes
water
everywhere.
breaks, goes everywhere, and we're like, whoa. And then the baby comes out, and everybody claps.
Yay, golf clap.
Golf clap. And
okay.
that was, I don't think you could have that today.
No, there's no way you could have that
you
commercial
could have that
today. Alan, when did you get out of here? Tell me the day you rolled into town.
I rolled into town, well, I left to go into town March 1st, 1997.
Tell me, what do you mean by you left town?
I came out here in 1996 to visit a friend of mine.
Okay.
And I was doing acting in Maryland and Virginia and DC. And my
Is there a lot of acting there?
There's a lot of acting there,
Okay.
specifically Baltimore.
Okay.
The Wires was out
Sure,
there.
that's right.
Homicide: Life on the Streets was one of the big shows out there. And so my buddy moved out here. I went to go see him. I have some relatives out here. And when I came out here, I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. So
You just knew it.
I just knew it. I was debating if I wanted to work in New York, go to New York and do that, or come here, and I decided here after I came.
Have you always wanted to be an actor since you were a kid, or did you discover it later? When did you discover it?
I mean,
was there a movie that did something for you? Like Stripes was my movie.
Stripes?
After Stripes, I knew exactly what I was going to do.
The movie that made me go like, I want to come out here and do it was Trainspotting. Actually.
Okay, all right.
That's the one where I was like, that's what I really want to do. But I was always acting. I was in like first grade. I went to a Christian school, and I was in a play called David and Goliath, and I was cast as David only because I was the smallest kid in the class. So
hey, man.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
And then
whatever gets you the part.
Yeah, they had like these drama clubs, and I would be this guy that would be like, hey, have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Savior? And I was all acting, doing that stuff, and I just kept doing that, and then it just grew from there. And then by high school, that's when I did all the plays and all that stuff.
Okay, so what age, how old were you when you got out here?
I was 27.
27?
Yes. But I had been doing acting professionally when I was 24.
Okay, so when you got out here, how long ago did you do the commercial that we did together? Was it pretty close to that? Because I feel like it was around there.
I moved out here in 97 in March. I had got an agent by the end of March, and then by September I booked Ice House commercials. And
dude, you were, yes. How many commercials did you do for that?
A lot. But it wasn't, it was probably about 12 or 15 commercials, but they weren't national commercials.
Okay, but still,
they were.
I remember
back in the day.
Back in the day, it was for Miller Ice House, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you do that. Do you think that this is great? This is the best gig ever, and you're gonna?
Well, I thought this is the way it's supposed to be.
Okay. Right.
You just keep going, and I think I booked the Wii commercial. Was it Wii?
Yeah, sure.
Something like that.
Sure.
Some
it was Nintendo.
And then that was like 98.
Okay.
But I always saw you like on the circuit, in the trenches
and
stuff. So.
Well, that's one reason why I'm having you on there, dude, because you've always been in the trenches with me. Like,
still am.
Yeah,
still
you and I still see each other a lot at auditions, and it's always good to see a fellow, journeyman when you're in the room.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do the Ice House commercials, you do the Wii commercial. I mean, the Nintendo commercial.
Actually, that was my first national.
Okay, all right.
Because Ice House was regional spots. And
I think Jack Plotnick was in that.
Jack Plotnick was in that.
Okay, so then we had that. Okay, and then what happened after those commercials came and went? What was the next big thing for you? Well, I don't want to skip. You were a reenactor, right?
Yeah, I did America's Most Wanted.
Right.
I did about three of them.
3 of them?
But I did them in DC.
Okay, all right. Did anybody ever call in on you because they saw you as the actor, but they kind of thought that you were the real person?
That has happened.
Really?
But it wasn't as crazy as you would think it would
Give me
be.
the quick story.
I was the murderer in America's Most Wanted.
Okay, all right.
And maybe I'm still at large. I have no idea. But we murdered these guys. Me and this other guy murdered a bunch of guys in Florida. And
you say it so nonchalantly.
That's me. I murdered people. And then I went to a grocery store. And I just got regular groceries, and I was at the checkout, and the woman at the checkout counter was just looking at me, sizing me up, and then she called the other manager over, and I'm just sitting there going, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Nothing, sir. It's okay." And they just gave me these looks, and I'm sitting there going, should I say something? So I just was like, I just better get out of there. Because I don't want to be like, oh, I was the guy in the reenactment. It's okay. But I was like, I got to get out of there. But I know it was totally because of that.
Okay. So you did 3 of those. You came out here. You did the commercials. Tell me the biggest thing, the next big thing that you did. What was the biggest thing you did out here at the beginning?
At the beginning? It was probably Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I played a minion. Not the minion you would know now, but...
Sure. You and I share a few credits, and you and I share that credit too, by the way.
Yeah, I was supposed... It's probably a really bad experience on Buffy.
Why? Why was it a bad experience?
I could not remember my lines.
Okay, what was the line that kept tripping you up?
It was a dialogue. It was a whole thing. It wasn't just one line that was tripping me up. It was that I totally had that...
The sweats
and everything, and I could not do it that day.
And the more you freak out, the more you start freak out.
The more you freak out, and it was terrible.
Did they ever come up to you and go, Alan, hey, listen, so here are the lines. No. Is there anything you could do to memorize those?
That would have been nice.
Okay.
But instead they filmed around me. And if you watch the performance, you can see that that's not my voice. They dub in my voice, and then they filmed around me.
How many takes did they do with you until they realized that they had to start filming around you?
It was a little while. They did. I don't know. They were pretty curt. So
were they?
They were a little.
Were they curt at the beginning, or they got curt once they realized that this is a situation that they need to deal with?
All throughout. So it just was not. It was the worst experience I ever had.
Did you want to go home and quit after that? Did you want to walk off the set?
Yeah, I did want to walk off the set. But there's so much shit that went on in my head at that time that I had other scenes to do. It wasn't just that scene that I couldn't do.
Okay.
So I had other scenes, and so I come back the next day after what happened, that debacle.
Were you scared the night before that you were going to get a phone call telling you not to come back the next day?
Yeah, well, they didn't even bother doing that. They just, I was like, okay, here's my second chance. I can do the second scene, and they were like, "Oh, this is going to be recurring. This is all."
Oh, man.
I was like, oh, okay.
Do you think that was messing you up?
Yeah, totally messed me up.
Okay.
I had to do my own therapy because of it, but
Never tell an actor that they're funny before they say anything. Never tell an actor that this could be reoccurring before.
never say reoccurring. That's
Never.
Or like, hey, see you next season. You're like,
Yeah. Oh,
next season
yeah.
you're like, where I'm still waiting.
I'm still waiting.
But they gave all my lines to the other minion that was.
And you
playing
found
it.
that
And I
out
just
how?
said-
How did you
just
find that
right
out?
there?
When you showed up the next day, they said, "Hey, Alan, we're gonna."
No, they didn't even do that. They just said, "This is your lines now."
Okay, how did you get? I know I already asked you this question, but how did you mentally get past that? Because that would have just screwed me up for the longest time. I'm still thinking about gigs that happened 20 years ago.
It really fucked me up, and to be honest, it still kind of fucks me up a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. I always have this. I've done stuff past it, and I've gotten through it, but I always have this tiny little thing inside me that goes back to that day.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I've moved on, but at the same time, it's like it's there.
Okay, one last thing about it, and then we'll move on. Was there one person who was nice to you during it? Like, hey, dude, you can get through
Yes,
this?
there was
Because that
one
person is
person.
always so important. Just one person patting you on the back saying, you can do this, really helps.
It was another actor on
Yeah?
set. One of the main actors on Buffy.
One of the series regulars?
One of the series regulars.
Okay.
Came up to me and talked to me about it, and he was like, "It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay." And ever since then, like I said, I don't really think about it, but it's like there's a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
you know.
Okay. So you film it, you move on. What's the next big thing that kind of helps you quit thinking about that?
Well, immediately I filmed. I went through a stretch where I filmed a lot of stuff, so
That's usually how it happens.
It just kind of got buried away. But I did King of Queens. I did Frasier.
Was Frasier the 3-day contract or the 5-day contract?
It was the 5-day contract.
Okay. Was that an awesome gig?
It was an awesome gig. Kelsey Grammer's amazing.
I work with Kelsey.
Yeah,
He is.
he's
I
really
really
good.
like that guy a lot.
King of Queens I got cut out of.
How did you find out you got cut out? Were you at home?
My agent called me.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, my agent called me. They called my agent and they said, like, time constraints.
Okay. Do you still get residuals from that episode?
I do not.
Okay. Sometimes they give
Sometimes
you
they do. I do not.
Okay. Go on.
But I'm
Frasier?
still listed in some sort of credits or whatever that's out there. Like, it pulls up,
Okay.
but I don't get anything for it.
Okay.
But the weird thing is, I do get residuals for Buffy to this day for 2 episodes.
Because they cut your scene to say previously
On Buffy the Vampire
That's the
Slayer.
one of the best checks that you
Yeah.
can get in Hollywood, being on the previous or when they show you for the future one coming up.
Right. So it's a nice little payback for what happened.
Nice, very nice. Okay, that's good. I like that. Okay. All right, so you shoot a whole bunch. What's the next big thing? Give me something, because I guess Go ahead. What do you got? After Frasier.
After Frasier, I did Monk. I did Monk.
I did Monk. Did you work with Tony Shalhoub?
Yes.
Awesome actor.
I have
right?
this awesome actor, great
Did
guy.
Did he rework the scene with you before you guys do it?
No,
Did he talk to you between takes?
he did.
Okay. You do
Did he
Monk?
not talk
No,
to
he
you?
did. No, he's really I loved him. I just want to make sure that you had a great experience because I did. I loved it. And my
Yeah, it was
part
good.
was so small, but he treated me like
No,
I
he
was.
treats you like equal.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I
that.
actually auditioned for a guest star role, and they laughed so much, but they were like, "This guy's clearly not the type that we're looking for, but he should go for this part." And they're like, "Can you read for this part?" And I go, "Okay," and I got that part. So
Okay, things are going good. You're booking. When do you slow down, or have you slowed down?
I would say after Monk, I slowed down considerably. Between it was 2004 and 2010, maybe.
What happens in your life?
I went through a bad stretch, I guess, of not really going out and going through that whole, like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Am I doing, is this what I should be doing? And
because people think we got the easiest job, because when we're not working, they think that, we're just off having a good time, but we're working in our head, right?
You're beating yourself up.
You're beating yourself up.
You're
Oh my
really
God,
beating
I'm never
yourself
going to work. I'm never going to work.
Yeah,
Oh, that guy got an audition? I didn't get an audition. Why did that guy get an audition?
Yeah.
Hey, man, did you go out for that gig? No, I didn't go out for that gig.
Why? I should have went out for that.
Yeah.
Or you watch something on TV and then you're like, why didn't I go out for that?
Yes.
I should have gone out for that.
Yes. When you watch TV, how often do you say, I know that guy, I know that guy, I know that guy?
All the time.
Okay, same here. When is the last time you went to IMDb?
Probably yesterday.
Why?
Just to look at my stuff.
To look at your stuff specifically?
Pretty much. It's the vanity star meter thing to see where I end up for the week.
Have you ever figured out the star meter on IMDb?
No, and it's bullshit. But
there is no rhyme or reason to that thing.
You can trick it apparently, but I still look at it because I'm a little vain.
Do you ever go on IMDb to see what other people are booking?
Oh,
if
yeah,
you're not booking?
Yeah, totally. Or look and see what's going on out there. And
you don't have to give me a name to anyone, but are there specific people that you IMDb to see if they're working and you're not?
I don't really do that, but I do track a couple of people that that I know.
Okay, so you get through that period. When was the end of that little period? 2007, you said?
2009, I booked Cougar Town.
Okay, you booked Cougar Town.
So that was like, I'm back, baby.
Okay, we always have to say that to ourselves. I'm back. I'm back.
Baby.
We're doing this.
Yeah.
And that lasts for about
the week.
Exactly. Okay, so you're back. What happens after Cougar Town?
Actually, I get a new agent after that.
Why did you get a new agent after that?
The agent wasn't working out for me.
Okay, but she just booked you a gig.
Sort of, yes.
Did she say that to you?
I found out some things later on that was like the agent wasn't really who she was.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Turns out, I always say this. This is so terrible, but when you're with an agent and you're interviewing agents, you shouldn't be like, hey, who do you know casting wise? But at the same time, I'm like, hey, who do you know casting wise? Because these people, this agent that I had said she knew these people and she didn't know anybody. Turned out she was just a receptionist at a different agency.
Okay, all right.
So then when I'm asking these questions to new potential agents, they're like, well, yeah, I got dude. What are you talking about? Who the hell are you? Who's this? Who am I contacting?
That's funny. Okay, so you fire her, you get a new one.
The agency fired her because...
Really?
Yeah. So then I got this one agent, and the funny thing is in the interview, I had shingles.
All right.
So I had to sit there and like, oh yeah, this is great. I'm having so much fun. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying. She's like, well, think about it in like 24 hours and get back to me. And I'm like, all right, I'm good. We're good. We're going to do this.
Okay. So you're done with the shingle outbreak, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
And then, so do you see a day and night difference with this new agent?
Yes.
In what aspect? Commercially, theatrically, how?
Commercials have always been fine. I know the current climate's not the best, but
it's still happening.
But it's still happening, and I've been fine with my agent. I've always, I've only changed commercial agents once.
Okay, Alan, you're sitting pretty today. Everything in your life today is fantastic, right?
Sure.
And I know the reason why. I'm not going to say the product,
but
you're filming a big commercial tomorrow. You booked a commercial
I've actually booked 2 national commercials this year,
Let me hear it, dude.
but I got cut out of the first one.
When did you film the first one?
I filmed that in January, and then I filmed another thing the next day right after it for a TV show. So I went back to back, which is a rarity.
Yeah,
But I did do it. So
Okay.
that was cool.
How did you find out that you got cut out of your commercial? The drop letter?
Yes, I got a letter from my agent.
Did that make you sick? Was that a
Actually,
kick?
the other person in the spot said, sent me a little Facebook thing saying, "Hey, dude, they went with me instead of you." And
Are you serious?
yeah, because the commercial came out and it was running.
Was that a kick in the gut?
Oh yeah, it's a kick in the gut because that's insurance.
That's insurance, right? And that's what we're all trying to make.
yeah. I mean, I have to make a certain amount by September 30th.
Okay. Well, you will.
yeah.
And you're filming tomorrow,
I'm filming a national commercial tomorrow,
which is fantastic.
So hopefully it'll run.
Who was? Listen, we're not going to get in details because I understand what it is. Who was the casting director?
Dan Bell.
Dan Bell. Dan Bell has one of the best offices in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I love that
I
office.
love his office. Great office.
Kid friendly too.
Kid friendly. Okay, so now what I know about you is that you have this recurring gig on Conan. Is that correct?
Conan, and I was recurring on This Is Us as well.
Okay, dude, 2 big things. This Is Us. Everyone loves. Every female out there loves. You filmed 1 episode. Did you think that 1 episode was it?
Yes. Well, the story about that was a self-tape.
Do you like self-tapes? I hate them.
I don't know if I like it or not. I try to treat my self-tapes as just like a regular audition.
Sure.
So I don't try to, make sure, the lighting wasn't great there, or, I skipped the line here, or I got to redo this. I just kind of make it a
Who's
regular
reading
audition.
with you?
Usually my wife.
Okay. Wait until your kids are a little bit older and they think that they can read it with you.
Oh, boy.
That's really fun. Okay. So you filmed This Is Us 1 time and then you're hanging out at home.
Well, I book it, and then my agent calls me up and is like, "Okay, you're going to Vegas on Monday." This is like a Friday,
And you
I'm
have
like,
no idea.
I have no idea what's going on. And I'm like, "What?" And yeah, they flew me to Vegas. We ended up staying at the Hard Rock Hotel. The director was Joanna Kearns.
Okay.
From Growing Pains.
Yes.
And they put us up at the
The
Hard
mom
Rock.
from Growing
The mom
Pains?
from Growing
Yeah, okay,
Pains.
yeah.
She was great.
She's
Gambled.
awesome.
Was great.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
How do you know she gambled? Did you go gambling with her?
Yeah, we all went gambling. It was
Really?
great. Yeah.
Okay.
We all had Hard Rock pretty much all to ourselves.
Awesome.
And
Okay.
but right when I landed, my agent sent me a message saying, "Oh, they want you for another episode," and I just had to like, "What is going on?" So
That is awesome,
yeah,
dude.
so it was like back to back. It wasn't the next episode, but the one after that. So.
There's nothing better than being a part of something that's gigantic here in Hollywood, and that thing is big right now.
That thing's big, and the best part about it is that working on the second episode was that you knew everybody, but also I knew everybody from, we were all shooting craps and doing all that stuff, so everybody knows you, whereas you're just a regular co-star on another show, you're just, "Hi, I'm new, I don't know anybody, here we are," but I knew everyone now, so it was great.
That is great. Tell me
You have
about
family, so.
Tell me about Conan and how that all works out. How many episodes have you done of Conan?
I've done about 6 or 7 episodes of Conan. I'll get a call like 2 hours before you're supposed
Really?
to, pretty much, yeah. And then
They just call to see if you're
or
available.
to say if you're available. Sometimes it's the next day. My first Conan that I shot was actually, I had to do like a zip line, and it was like famous authors who zip line.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I forget who I was, but I had to like read while I was ziplining.
Where did you do this? On the set of Warner Brothers? Over at Warner
No,
Brothers?
we actually drove out to where Mountain High is out there,
Yeah.
that area.
But you mainly shoot at Warner Brothers, though, right?
Yes, but we parked at Warner Brothers, took the van all the way out.
The
to where
beautiful white big van,
white
right?
van, and
I love those white vans. Man.
Oh, they're comfortable.
They're comfortable, and
You
you're
got everything, too.
Once you're in the white van, you know you're working.
Right.
I mean, that's just the best. Okay, how many episodes have you done of Conan?
About 6 or 7 or so.
And are you still on call with those guys? I mean, could they call you today? Is the show still in production? Are we still?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just condense it to a half hour now, but they do more sketches. So there's a lot of. My one friend works all the time on it.
Who's your one friend?
Jesse Mackey. I don't know if you know him.
I don't know if I know that dude.
Hi, Jesse Mackey. If
Hi,
you're
buddy.
watching.
Okay.
But he works all the time. And Jason Boggs. You know Jason.
I know Jason Boggs. I
He
love
works all
Jason
the time,
Boggs. I like that dude a lot.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Okay. I know your worst day in Hollywood, right? I mean that. I mean,
pretty bad.
Yeah. What was your best day in Hollywood?
I gotta say that This Is Us was pretty awesome.
When was it?
Actually,
awesome?
also, no wait, I'll take that back. Criminal Minds.
Why Criminal Minds?
The episode was directed by Joe Mantegna,
Okay.
who is awesome.
He also used to own Taste of Chicago
He
in
did.
Burbank,
Yep.
which they recently closed
They
that
recently
down.
closed it.
Do you know why they closed it down?
No idea.
I don't either. Okay, so why was Criminal Minds so good? I'm sorry, because he directed it.
He
And
directed
that's the
it.
only reason.
He directed it, and we rehearsed.
You don't normally rehearse with episodic television because they just want you in and out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We rehearsed. We tried different things. It just felt great. As an actor, it felt great. And
Alright.
you were like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is how it's supposed to be.
Alan, let me ask you this. Is there a piece of advice that someone gave you somewhere down the road that you still keep in your back pocket?
Yes.
Tell me, what is that?
There's a couple things.
Let me hear them.
You see people auditioning, and then they always go, well, I didn't book it, but I booked the room. And I'm always like, I mean, that's the thing, and if that works for you, that's fine.
Sure.
But it does not work for me.
No, that doesn't work. That doesn't pay anything. That
It doesn't pay anything, and it's also, to me, it sounds a little desperate.
Yeah.
But my acting teacher...
Are you taking acting classes right now?
No, I am not.
Okay, go ahead.
My acting is the audition.
Sure. Okay, your acting teacher, go on with the acting.
He said, just be fucking good.
It's not a bad piece of advice.
Just be fucking good, and you don't have to worry about if you book the room or not, or like my wife will ask me like, how was that audition? I'm always like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right? Because you don't really know.
Because I did it, and then it's done. So,
All right. Is there any other advice before we move on from that part?
I said it was a couple things, right?
Yeah, that's the reason why. Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot it.
All right.
Oh, no. When I was in my dark depression, like nothing's working out, I was, my wife and I...
Your wife is also an actress,
My
correct?
wife's also an actress, Leah Verrill Heitz.
There you go.
And we went to this play, and I was like, I don't know, I'm just going to give it up. But this guy...
Wait, after you saw a play, you say you're going to give up acting?
No, before the play.
Okay.
I was...
Okay,
had
I
that in
got
my
you.
head,
I see what
like,
you're saying.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
yes,
give
yes.
it up. And this old man came up to me with his wife, an old couple, and he's like, hey, I think I saw you on Monk or something. And I was like, yeah, that's me. And he's like, keep at it. And I don't know, it was just a weird little thing, but I was like, oh, yeah.
You have no idea what the littlest compliment does for us actors.
It really, it just made me feel, oh, okay.
That's awesome, man. Okay, all right. Well, Alan, I hate to tell you this, but we're going to have to start shutting it down.
Oh, all right.
Is there anything else you want to tell these people out there before we...
Oh, watch Veronica Mars coming up on Hulu.
That's right. Look at you, dude. I auditioned for that. I think I saw you at the audition. I don't know if I did.
Yeah,
or not.
but I didn't get that part either.
Yeah,
I got
okay.
another part.
Alan, do me a favor. Tell everybody goodbye.
Goodbye.